What's going on, chess lover? This is Maurice Bishop, and today I want to show y'all this Black Lion game that I played against Roberto Ulysses. Definitely pretty crazy. Definitely entertaining. So I hope y'all actually enjoy. All right. So my opponent goes E4, E6, Knight F3, Knight B to D7, Knight C3, E5, D4, C6. You know, this is pretty much all the usual setup for Black Lion. He takes, I take Bishop E3, Queen C7, Bishop E2, and then H6. All right, with H6, as y'all know, prevent Bishop from going to G5 or Knight going to G5. But the main reason for H6 is to go G7 and G5 for the pawn storm. He castles and I go Knight G to F6. He goes Rook D1 and I go G5 automatically. He goes Queen D2, I go Bishop D7, Rook D1, and I had the engine was telling me to go Knight D to C5. You know, with engines, man, they look for weaknesses and things like that. Um, they look for other counterplay. The whole point of Knight C5, what I realized was it wasn't just him trying to capture on Knight catches E4, but the whole thing is Knight D to C7 and then coming back to Knight C to E6 and eventually getting its F4 square, which is definitely um a nice maneuver or whatever. But at the same time, with me coming here, I am dropping this pawn. So yeah, so I didn't do none of that. All right. So so after rook a to d8, I actually go f8 just to go g6. I tried that approach. Uh, a3, which I thought that was too passive. I wasn't sure what he really was trying to do, so I just went along with my plan with knight g6. He goes h3, which is actually something that I wanted him to do because he's creating weaknesses. And you know when white create a weakness like that, especially when you get this pawn formation like this, and the king is not even castled, because I can still move my rook to g8 for a g file. This is getting pretty dangerous. So I go rook h to g8 automatically. Bishop c4 is played, and that's when I go g4. Um, with this move, this g4 move, I did have my the engine was saying I should have just went b5 and everything, but I didn't want to overextend. It wouldn't be overextending, but how I'm thinking about in this game is I'm already concentrating on the king, and I think this was a perfect opportunity. And I'm just like one of those person like if you don't take the opportunity right then and there, you might miss it. So I took my opportunity. So I go g4. He takes and I go bishop catches g4. Some say knight catches g4 would be the best move because you're defending the pawn on a6, but you're also hitting the bishop on e3, but I actually prefer bishop captures on g4. I'm not really too concerned about bishop captures h6 because after actually I don't even have to do that, to be honest with y'all. I wouldn't even have to do that. I could just easily just take this knight off and then maybe go knight h5 and then go knight g to f4. So it's because I got the g file and everything. So it's to me, I'm pretty happy with it. So I don't really see him taking a pawn is going to give him any type of big advantage. So that's how I'm looking at it. But after bishop catches g4, my opponent goes king f1. All right, so I go rook d8 because I wanted to grab hold of the d file. He goes queen e2, and yes, guys, after queen e2, I do go knight h5. Now, yes, I know the best move is actually knight h4. I know that's the best move. I didn't do that right away because I feel like this knight is not going anywhere because he's pinned. So, which is why I just did knight h5 anyway. He goes rook catches d8. I go bishop catches d8, and he goes rook d1. Again, I can still do the same threat, but I just decided, hey, let's really make this interesting. So I just go knight g to f4. Why not? And it probably would have been a lot quicker if I would have did knight h4, beat him quicker. But I just tried this approach. I kind of like just been experimenting and stuff. But he actually goes bishop catches f4. I go knight catches f4, hitting the queen. And then after queen d2, I immediately snap the bishop off because of the g file. And of course, I had this beautiful knight on f4, which can't be stopped. So after that one, oh my goodness, I knew he was gonna take some. Yeah. So guys, after G catches F3, I go Queen C8. Queen captures D8. Now he didn't have to go Queen captures D8. He could have just did Queen D6. That's all he had to do. But I guess he just didn't like the move Queen H3. If he comes here, then to check. But I really don't have nothing at all. Even if he comes here, I'm kind of forced to take. And if he takes, then I'm forced to come here because I don't want to lose his pawn on E5. My bad, y'all. It's not like he could take because the queen is pinning this queen. So, but even if he take and I take, he does win this pawn. But the only thing is, I have a beautiful knight on f4, and he has double pawns. But I do have an outside pass pawn. So technically, in this position, this could technically be a draw. Yes, he's up a pawn, but it doesn't give white a big advantage. My big advantage for black is having an outside pawn, but at the same time, he could stop it with just going like for instance, if I go h5, he does have the move knight e2, which is pretty much that's all he would need to do. If I come here, he'll just take the knight off, and I'll take, and you know, he literally had to keep moving his king over here to, so I won't push or whatever. But that's pretty much the only thing. But this would pretty much it. Honestly, it could be a draw. But the thing is, if white make a mistake or whatever, then yeah, it could potentially be over for white. But I think if you play it right, it should be a draw. All right. So anyway, my opponent played queen catches d8, queen catches d8, rook catches d8, king catches d8, and then bishop catches f7. So I go rook g7, bishop c4. I just push my pawn to h5. And my opponent did a blunder. He goes knight d1. This automatically loses. The best move for this was actually knight e2. If he would have played knight e2, I still would win the game. This pawn was still, you know, push or whatever. But either way, I just think this was, I don't know, it's still a lost position for white anyway. It kind of really didn't matter which way his knight go. But I beat him quicker by doing what I did. So after knight d1, I go h4, knight e3, h3, and of course my opponent goes knight g4. So guys, when you look at this move, what is the best move for um black in this position? What would you do in this position? I give y'all 3 seconds to figure this out. What would you do in this position? All right, y'all like some endgame tacticians. If y'all saw this move, you are correct. Because the thing is, which he did, he takes, and then I just go h2. What make it so beautiful is the king can't go g2 because of the knight guarding that square, and he definitely can't go here because the pawn on h2 guarding that square as well. So the king is pretty much stuck. There's no way for the bishop to even guard that square because he blocked by his own pawn, and then I still got my pawn on c6 as well. So really, the only thing he did was just went g5. He just pushed his pawn, and then I just developed, or not. I said develop. I just promoted my pawn to a queen, and this was checkmate. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what y'all think, and also don't forget to subscribe. And have a good night, y'all. Peace.